like whatever you're best at, that's what you should be sharing. And if you're not best at it, then you should just be quiet, right? Rather than speaking things that are unknown to us, or we're just not very proficient at, we should focus on the things that we are, and then adding questions to those who know the things that we don't. And so that's where I find myself sharing this. And I definitely agree with your side on the difficulty of it, but it is really valuable when you can buy things that are currently selling. You could use any example of an item that sells for $1 if we're able to buy it for a penny. If items are selling for 100 and we're buying them for $2 to $3, $5, these margins are incredible. And I believe that majority of businesses are maximizing their profit rather than maximizing their clientele. And so in order to maximize the clientele, we need to provide the best service, the best product, and the best price. And so taking into context the resources and the context that I have, if we were to share in those and also add in the proficiency of everybody in the community, everybody's area of expertise, we could start narrowing in our focus on the areas most important, and we would just start from there. So the idea is we just continue educating, growing, broadening our horizons until there are set amount of people who are willing to take steps and further educating and resourcing the necessities before us. That's how I see it. I'm sorry, I didn't just want to keep talking on because I don't know if anybody has any rebuttals or opinions or their point of view.
What's the complaint about?
No, I'm just saying I don't want to just keep talking just to talk, because I don't know if anybody's really interested in hearing this. I'm not trying to, just toot my own horn. I'm just trying to pass along information. And I know it's not necessarily crypto related, but it is life related.
What was the topic?
Liquidations.
Oh, yeah. What about it?
Yeah, he's been talking about it for a while. No, the question is though, is like what was your plan, your end plan? Is your end plan to basically set up a website where people can go and liquidations?
The end plan is for us to come together, and that's the whole benefit of this idea, is that the community is going to benefit from it. It's not like, yeah, I'm going to start this business. I'm not looking to start my own website, my own business. I'm not looking for any of that. I'm looking to share information because everybody here is doing business or working for someone right now. And what I'm saying is I know where to buy everything. And we just need to educate ourselves in coming together. And yeah, I think it should be available online. I think eventually there should be some sort of distribution center. Obviously, there's arbitrage opportunities and all this, but without sitting down with a group of people to discuss, like, hey, you have the ideas, I have these different ideas, I have these different contacts. Like, let's take a look at them and see, what concrete business or idea we can begin on, because really it's open. I mean, it's about
like a think tank.
Well, focused on this in particular, you know what I mean? Like how to build a community driven and beneficial business. Like the community literally is getting money from this, but they're not promised. It's not something like it's trying to be organically beneficial without set leaders or like, hey, this person is in charge of the money. I don't know if that's the best way to go, because then you put people over the process, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to think, how can we put the information together so that we can start honing in on the areas most important?
That's exactly what Famous is doing, technically.
Yeah, but he with real estate, what you're talking about is products, and maybe you could actually build a DAO where people could contribute to that DAO. It could be like a merchandise DAO where people could congregate and look at this particular merchandise. So say, for example, you did buy a pallet full of some type of high-end watch, wristwatch. You could actually post that to the DAO, and then the people that are part of that DAO group could actually take a look at it and see if they're interested in buying one or many of those particular products. I mean, that's just an idea that just came off the top of my head. But yeah,
Like
you could
distribution
build
hub.
something like that, and then that way, no one would be really in charge of it. It would be kind of like a self-driven entity that people could contribute to. Are you taking notes?
Yeah,
I'm here,
mental
man.
notes.
I know I was listening to it. I hear you. I'm not really looking for. It's not like it is a business, right? It's a business, but I'm not looking to sell stuff. I'm looking to be a facilitator for providing resources on a worldwide basis for our whole community, and not just materials but information. It's a place where the things that are thought of as difficult to be made easy.
Isn't that called YouTube?
Yeah, you're fighting back on that. I see you.
No, I'm just saying that there's places in the world for everybody to find everything. It's just a matter of how willing a person is to go down a particular rabbit hole. Obviously, you could go down rabbit holes that have to do with merchandise or whatever, and I might be wanting to not go down those rabbit holes. I might want to go at some other thing like advertising or marketing. So, yeah, it's a big. It is a huge group of people that can come together now because of blockchain and DAOs and stuff like this, because they don't necessarily have to be having admin. You can set up entities that, like you said, if you want to teach somebody something, you might have it set up to be teaching people something. I don't know, whatever it might be. So the information could go in and out with very little to no cost. But there's still an end cost, because with all these things that happen online, there's still somebody that has to be the person that's setting it up in the first place, and then running the servers, because server costs are still a cost that somebody has to factor in,
Can't you just
regardless of
upload that
where
to
that
like
information
the
is coming and
cloud?
going. Say what?
Couldn't you just load that up into the cloud or something like that?
Well, it depends on how big the databases are. I mean, when you're talking about sometimes gigabytes of information, you still have to have some place or some entity for people to find the information that he's talking about and interact with it. So whether it be video content for teaching, whether it be products and services, I mean, there's just it's endless.
That's the thing. It's endless. That's the truth. What's up, Mel? Mel wants to talk.
Mel,
Mello.
Mel. Yo, so Donald, right, quick question. So, I'm trying to figure out how to send. Okay, you said something about I can send funds, right? Where do I go? I've been approved, right, on Revolut. By the way, speaking on that.
Congrats.
Okay.
So
You got Revolut set up?
And I'm trying to figure out how or where do you go to send crypto to wallets or any.
Well, couldn't you just open up a DeFi wallet and send it to yourself and make it look like you're somewhere else? with the VPN?
No, what I'm saying is within the Revolt, right?
It's not
Or
Revolt.
sorry,
It's Revolut.
Revolut.
I want people to go to the website. It's called Revolut.
Revolut. Sorry. Yeah. Where do I go? I'm in the home. I've been trying to figure it out.
Well, there are plenty of tutorials. If you just go to YouTube and just type in exactly what you're going to do on your, like, for example, if you just need to fund your wallet, or you need to link it to your bank account, or you need
Well, I got
to
that part.
sync it
Withdraw.
with your
That
contacts.
part's cool. So can I
Yeah.
just send that? Can I so you basically I can send it to anybody, or do they have to have the Revolut app as well, or account?
Well, that makes it easier, but no, you can there's a place in there that if you have somebody's Ethereum address, for example, you can send money right directly from your Ethereum address in the Revolut wallet to another Ethereum address or whatever tokens I guess you're working with. I only work with Ethereum
So that's what I'm
based
saying. Are we
products.
on the same app, bro? Revolut. Okay. Is this foreign exchange or cryptocurrency?
No, it's like a bank. It's like a literally like a virtual online bank
I
account.
understand that, but you keep saying ETH. There's no ETH on here. It's foreign. It's
Yes, there
foreign
is.
exchange. Okay, thank you. Then if you say there is, I'm trying to figure out how do I get there because I did look up YouTube videos.
Okay. Yeah, I'm. If you're not seeing the point where you say on the top, there's a top row of the Revolut app, and let me see. Let me just open it up here. Let me see which page it is on. So it says accounts, cards, and crypto. Do you see that page?
Okay.
When you've got the Revolut home page open?
All right, I'm in the home accounts, cards, and vaults.
It should say account, cards, and crypto.
Am I supposed to open a vault?
No, there. It should say account, cards, and crypto up in that top line, just below the search bar.
Yeah.
Accounts, cards, and
Nope,
crypto.
no, mine doesn't say that. I guess United States. Where are you, by the way?
I'm in Europe.
Oh, yeah, maybe it doesn't work for United States. I guess.
Change your VPN address
All right.
to out of the US.
Well, I mean, they have my address. I had to KYC for that.
But isn't the Revolut like a
You had to
decentralized?
KYC.
Yes.
Yeah, that doesn't even sound like the right thing
Oh my god.
because I didn't have to KYC.
Revolut. This is
Revolut,
exactly what Famous sent me. Famous.
No, so
Yeah, I'm
if
here.
that's the
What's up?
case, act like you're gonna open a brand new one again, but put your location in another country, not the US, and maybe it's gonna not ask you for the KYC, and you can still open it up.
No, it shouldn't be asking for KYC.
Dude, hell yeah.
But
KYC the fuck out of me.
its location is in the US, so it's gonna,
It's my bank account. Mine just let me link it directly to my bank account, so there was no KYC. It even says on there, it says that you can add your email address, but that's even optional. You don't even have to add your email address.
I mean, we're talking about the thing Rev tag, right? I can send it to your Rev tag.
I don't see that at all on here.
Like it says Rev tag. You have a username that I can send it to if you have an app, like app to app, or Revolut to.
Revolut to Revolut.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done that already. I've already tested it for that, and it works perfect. Transfer.
Yeah. So I see the home button, the transfer button, and the hub, right?
Yeah. The hub. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you should be at the home on the home page on the home button,
Mm-hmm.
and then just go up there where it says accounts, cards, and crypto.
I guess for me
In
it's not there. Hold on.
the
Do you have the standard?
Yeah, I have a basic account right now. I haven't upgraded it. I just opened it for the card. Did you buy a card? Did you order a card from this
Yes.
company?
The card is on the way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because this one shows crypto, and then I have the option. I can go in and I can I can basically deal in DOT, XTZ, Ethereum, ADA. There's some more here that I could actually exchange or swap.
Oh my God. Okay, so I guess I have to. I don't know what is what, but okay, it's it shows it on the. I went to the statements, and
Mm-hmm.
it shows in the statements that I'm supposed to have. You know, I have a It says crypto, but cryptocurrency, but I don't know where. There's no button here. I am so confused right now. So lost.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it should be showing. Like if you go down to the bottom, for example, or you open, like there's these three little dots that's next to where it says crypto portfolio value. It says invest, earn, and then there's three little dots. When you open that, says reoccurring purchases or reoccurring buys, and then a send button. So I basically installed a couple of different crypto Ethereum addresses, and they came right up. They popped right up. So yeah, I don't know what to tell you if you're not seeing those screens. Because yeah, I've got right here on the main screen it says dot XTZ, which I don't know what it is. ADA, I know that's Cardano, but then there's Ethereum. Those are just some of the ones that you can actually earn. You can actually earn tokens in those. So how that happens, I don't know. I still have to work on those. And yeah. But yeah, just mess around with it for a while, and
It's there. I guess I'm just gonna just figure. I guess they didn't fully accept me yet.
yeah, I mean, some of these apps they're really involved in they have a lot of bells and whistles and lots of different things that you can do with them. So
But okay, I have the IBAN number as well as my routing
yeah.
account number for different currencies that I want. Right now, yet again, I still had the KYC. Now y'all telling me I didn't have the KYC, so I'm trying to figure out. Famous.
Add money securely.
What? So depending on what
Time
state
to
you're in,
add money securely
they might be
within.
asking for that, possibly depending
It
on what
was to
state.
You
verify
should
identity.
have the with your cell phone number.
No,
You
with my
should have.
picture and face and video and
Oh shit!
yeah.
I didn't have to do any of that stuff.
Yeah, I think it's picking up your geolocation, and it's making you go through that
I
route.
mean, okay, listen. All in all, I like the concept where I can be able to use this card anywhere around the world, but um, I just need to be able to get money on there from where I need it to.
But you don't care if you're KYC or or do you care?
About that,
If not,
no,
well, you're
that's
good.
not that specific. I need to live. We're not gonna get around that
Alerts.
yet.
Order.
We
Right.
gotta
So
pay our
okay.
bills.
So it's okay then. How you signed up? It's all
No,
right. You
it's
just got to
fine.
figure
Yeah, I
out
just
how to
trying to
get
figure
money
out.
on there.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, the one thing about the app that I can say too is it's a little bit not I wouldn't say convoluted, but it's a little bit what's the word for it? Where you would normally want to see that you could look at your own profile, for example, and add or edit different things like a credit card number that comes from your bank, or syncing up your email address or something like that. You'd think that they would have it set up a little bit differently, because it's not very intuitive when you look at the app, until you find this one page where you click on, what was it? There's your name icon is up in the upper left-hand corner. And if you push on that button, it'll bring you to your account. And then you can go down to the bottom left-hand corner and see account details. There's also a help button too, but you can just click on the account details. And if you scroll up, it'll show you where you can see your IBAN number, the currency that you normally exchange money in. Revolt.
So
Revolt.
I do see all accounts. So like if you go to,
You're right. It does, for some reason though, it does say Revolt. T21. Instead of Revolut, it does say Revolt. 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 Wow, I didn't notice that before.
hold on, no, whoa. Okay, we're definitely on something different then.
But now at the bottom of that page, it says Revolut Bank, UAB, United Arab. Doesn't that say UAE? Is that United Arab Emirates, or no, UAI?
Are you in the account details?
Yeah, under account details, it shows it.
Yeah, you have your. Those are all accounts.
Those are all accounts.
You can add different currencies.
Yeah.
UAE is
That
definitely United Arab Emirates.
UAB. What does
Dubai.
UAB stand for? Revolut Bank.
That's Dubai.
Is that for Dubai? Okay.
Dirhams.
Where they're based.
So.
Yeah, so that must be the BIC. Oh, okay, Revolt. That is the BIC. The bank, the bank's identification.
You talking about the member FDIC?
There's the IBAN, and then there's the BIC. There's the IBAN, which is International Banking Account Number, and then the BIC is Banking Internet Connection or some shit. But that's where it says Revolt. Yeah. So then you scroll down to the bottom of the page, and it does say Revolut Bank, UAB.
Oh, you talking about the BIC? Your BIC says Revolt.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, my BIC says something different. That's a code. That's just the code that you give.
Yeah, that's a code for the
transfer.
actual. Yeah.
Yeah, but no. Okay, so all right, we're they're in the same place now. Is this for your U.S. dollar or is this for your crypto?
It's a European. You can use euros or crowns or whatever over here where I'm at in Europe.
Bitcoin. I can't even search for nothing.
Account security and privacy app settings. You might go there. I just noticed too that there is a help menu on that same page where your name is. And it says upgrade, invite friends. You can get a referral code. And then down below it, it says upgrade to a smarter lifestyle for just 24 crowns a month. It's like either that or then there's help. And then add new. And mine is the standard plan. App settings, let me look at that. Oh yeah, app settings is not very detailed. It just says the appearance of the app and the language setup. About us. Our blog, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook. Rate us on Google Play. So what is it you're actually trying to do right now? I mean, have you added a payment card so you can actually get money from your bank into this particular account?
Yes, I've already actually sent some from my brokerage account. I'm just waiting for it. I just need some. I just want to know if I can this crypto situation, because then that'd be a game changer for me. At this point, I know what I can do to exit uh, exit the U.S. currency.
Pockets, cards, source crypto, donations. Ready to dollar cost. They even have a recurring buying system where you could do some DCAing into whatever crypto I guess you want. That's kind of cool. It's built into the app. Invest weekly. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just trying to watch the
Oh, okay.
video.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure that this company's been around for a while, so I'm sure there's going to be loads of tutorial information there for you available. So.
Zip it. Does anybody know anything about what? Um fuck. About virtual computers?
You mean a virtual workstation or a virtual computer?
Well, I need a software that gives me the ability to multi login software. And I went on YouTube, right? Like to look see if I could find something, but they're all talking about virtual computers. So I figure that has to be similar to that, right? Like that's probably what it is, but they just named it multi login, or is there a multi software that acts like I'm on a different computer?
Yeah, there's a
I
few
guess it's
ways you can
I
achieve
guess
that.
it's like a better than a VPN.
Yeah, yeah. There's a few ways you can achieve that, but I'm not sure what they're trying to get at. But like as far as like creating a virtual, like you can partition a portion of a hard drive or multiple hard drives to act like a separate computer.
Okay, maybe that's what, yeah, because what you just said right now, they were talking about, yeah, that exactly. Yeah, I'm just trying
Yeah,
to.
there's a lot. I mean, you can go real deep with this stuff. I mean, as far as it being better than a VPN, I mean, I have a virtual drive on my computer that I use for different reasons, but I mean, I use a VPN. I think my VPN.
Well, I still need a VPN. I need to get a
Yeah,
proxy VPN with a multi-changing IP address or some shit like that.
Yeah, you don't want to basically keep pinging off the same VPN
Yeah, like
address for too long.
it rotates out,
Yep.
or yeah, there's yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I use Proton. Proton also has mail that it's encrypted mail. It's pretty good service. I mean, some of their services are free, but to really get their good
Because
VPN,
what you call it? Because the VPN that I use is Surfshark, and it doesn't really cloak it from anything, right? Like it does, like it works, I guess, but they still know that it's me. So they said, don't use a VPN, use a proxy. MVP, my private proxy. I think that's what it is, my private proxy. Okay.
I think what they're getting at is like, I mean, you have a digital thumbprint as well, and by disrupting, using a VPN in conjunction with a virtual drive, you're really scrambling that digital thumbprint from, being traceable is what they're trying to get at. From what I'm understanding, I'm not in front of my computer right now to.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to do, trying to
Yeah,
cloak everything.
absolutely. You have to these days.
So it's just like a new little rabbit hole I'm going down. So yeah, I've been on this for like fucking forever. No, not this part, but like for what I'm trying to do. I thought it was going to be very easy, but it just extended to 3 weeks now. And I think I'm finally at the finish line where like there's no more learning curve. I'm just gonna do what I have to do. But almost like yeah, I just gotta figure this last piece and everything should be ready to go. Okay, yeah, that's awesome. Do you know anything about like backlinks? Like
As far
no
as
follow,
yeah,
do follow?
I know what it's regarding, but I'm not. I haven't really had messed with. I know what the whole point of them are, but I haven't
Okay.
messed with them. I mean that's taking things to the extreme to really ensure that everything you do is untraceable. So that's like basically making sure there's no thumbprint on any links or any signing logs, all that kind of mess is what I think you're talking about, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they like when you like bounce around the web, the internet, like Google, their SEO fucking protocol, whatever you want to call it, they tag you on everything.
Yeah.
And that's how, like it's not just one thing they specifically look at, right? Like, oh, my VPN or whatever, right? They're like other shit get tagged without you knowing. That's why I always say like the cookies that I don't agree to none of that, like, right, whatever. Well, anyways, it's like your search bars, like all of them, they're probably tagged, and then like different shit. I'm already drawing a blank, but there's different categories where they tag you on, and the freaking backlinks is one of them. I was like, backlinks? What the fuck is backlinks and shit? Dude, there's a whole business on that shit. It's like, what the hell? They sell
Yeah.
backlinks like from like closed websites and stuff like that. I was like, what the hell? Crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy.
your data is constantly being sold. Yeah, there is a line of code on both phones on your on whether you're using Android or iPhone, where it's storing data that, and this was challenged in courts in the U.S. and in Europe, where basically they're collecting a lot of this data, and different companies are selling and buying, trading this data of yours from anything from your shopping interests to, even a lot of stuff makes it to the dark web. I mean, everybody's social is pretty much compromised these days, and probably floating
Yeah.
around on the dark web. It's hard to believe, but there's just so much shit that's wrong with technology that there's nothing we can do about that. Privacy challenges have gone nowhere. But that one particular line of code that both I forget what it's called. The FBI knows all about it. They love it. You know, that it exists on both phones, and it even has to do with like you know, listening on you when you say keywords, and all of a sudden you
Yeah,
see the
like it'll
advertisements.
trigger. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's insane that that's totally legal. I mean, you're basically your phone's spying on you 24/7. We've all kind
Yeah.
of accepted it.
Yes, sir. But yeah, the reason why is I'm trying to fucking do some advertising, and I got flagged because I did it wrong. So like I've been jumping through all these fucking hoops, and I finally see the light at the end of the tunnel, so I could do what I got to do. But yeah, this is like the last part. I need multi login, which is those virtual computers, so I could be like basically in, yeah. So they, yeah, it just makes it difficult for them to know that it's this laptop instead of using my brand new one. I can still use this old one. And then I think I found out a way to cloak the the backlinks, right? The do follow, no follow. Got that covered. VPN is too weak. I need a stronger VPN, which is the proxy VPN with the multi-changing freaking whatever they're following there. So that's what I have to find right now. The multi-login. Uh Virtual credit card, found that. That's just dope as fuck. And it's free. Well, the one I got is free. Like it's fucking sick. Um Yeah, virtual card. So like now I cloak my debit card, which is cool, right? Because they also trace you by your credit cards and shit. And I'm over here just trying to pay for fucking for some service, and they don't want to whatever. But yeah, I got that covered. So like I'm almost there, man. Almost there. What else do I need? Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Well,
Oh, a
you're
brand new
more ahead of the
domain,
game than
because the
me.
domain, like if you get like flagged with this damn SEO shit, you're already like it's already ruined. So I had to buy another domain. What else? Yeah, yeah. So like little things like that. But yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's called my proxy, my private proxy. Have you heard of something like that?
there's a few VPN services out there that do what you're talking about. Um, like I said, usually their free service doesn't do it, but then when you become a paying customer, they offer that. Like for
Yeah.
example, like I use Proton. If you get their free VPN service comes with the mail service you use, but
Mhm.
if you pay for an upgrade, it basically scrambles the IP address every so often automatically. You don't have to do anything; it just does it. You know,
Oh. Mhm.
it can be a little annoying sometimes, though. You know, when on my computer at home, I might get locked out. Because I could give a shit less about social media, but like you know, your IP
Yeah.
address
Like
is constantly changing, and you might be in the middle of logging. Like, say you're logging into your bank, and your IP changes, then your bank thinks that you're freaking someone hacking into your account, and then you have to
they
go
put a
through all
block
the.
on it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you gotta
exactly.
call in.
I've
Yeah.
had that happen because of my VPN. But at the same time, what's that's the price you pay for security, though. I'd rather deal with that inconvenience than having someone fucking hack me and wipe me out. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. For sure. Okay, let me find this. I had to watch a video on Proton to see if it does what uh, what I needed to do, right? Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
Um,
few services out there that are better. I've been using them for years because their email is like two-way encrypted automatically. Like you don't have to add encryption to your emails. They're like a security-oriented company that I've just dealt with for so long now since they've been around. But there's better services out there, I'm sure. I'm just comfortable with these guys.
yeah, the same thing with like that's why I have Surfshark, because I had it forever, and they give me good deals, and it's like whatever, man. I don't want to deal with looking up a new one. But
Exactly.
the main reason the main reason I got Surfshark because it had an unlimited uh like you could connect that unlimited freaking devices, right? Now I'm limited. Now it's not unlimited. I think I could have only like 5 or 6 devices. Because I was able to share the number with like whoever. It didn't really matter because it was unlimited devices. But now it's limited, so yeah, I can switch it up, I guess.
I'm not even sure if Proton is limited or unlimited. I just have 2 computers and my phone on that VPN, so I don't really need too many devices for it. Not sure. Yeah, I got this cyber guy that I consult with every now and then because I'm not an expert at this shit. I have to go to him all the time and get his input on a lot of stuff. And he's not on social media. I wish he was. I mean, I wish he was on Twitter and he would join these spaces. He's just like Papa Boner, man. He would be awesome in these spaces talking security. He knows so much shit.
Like,
Taught me
don't
a
let
lot.
Hex Hangout hear you say that.
Oh no, I like Papa Boner. I like listening to him.
If anybody's from California, uh, you could get and you don't have an LLC, it's free in California. You might want to check that out. Protect yourself.
I don't even know what it costs in Florida. Last time I checked, I think it was like $500. So that's cool that they're doing it for free.
Texas, yeah, Texas is like 300. Over here in California, well, if you don't pay, like if you don't buy their upsells, right? It's free, completely free, and you get your LLC. And then yeah, because I went through like legal Zoom, right? And then you get all the way towards the end, and you could opt out from other upsells. Obviously, like they give you a choice, but it's all populated at once. Like you have to go and press delete or whatever. But if I would have paid for all that bullshit, it would have been like $600 something just to get the LLC. Right, but you could get that whole process is free, man, like completely free. In California. In other states, I don't know, but doesn't hurt to check. But you can always register your business in California for right now, right? Like if you're starting off and tight on money, well, and you need to get your EIN number, right? So you could get a business credit card, and then you could get all these tax benefits, right? Yeah, you're gonna want to get an LLC. But yeah, you could live in another state and register your business here in Cali. Uh, well, you're gonna have to pay if you don't have nobody that lives out here or whatever, because you need like an actual address for the business, right? And it's public record. So yeah, let me think of that.
It's expensive to run a business out of Florida or out of California right now. I
Yeah,
wouldn't be able to
yeah.
run my business out of there.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm here, right? Like, I didn't want to pay for a
Yeah.
service just to register and get an LLC when it's free, and I'm here, and I already have a what is it called? A brick and mortar. It's like a freaking a virtual uh mail, right? But it comes with the location. You like pick a location, whatever. So I did that, and since it's on public record, I just use that address instead of putting my address. But that service, right? Somebody has to be there to pick it up. So you have to like do a freaking what is called notarized permission for that specific location to be able to open up your mail or receive your mail for you. So that's the cheaper route than going through like Amazon, fucking LegalZoom, right? Because they'll offer you that service, an agent, and they'll receive your mail. That's just in case you get sued or the court sends you paperwork. Somebody has to be there during like business hours. They're gonna charge you like $300, 200 and something dollars. But if you get yourself a virtual um mail and you just look for a location closest to you, you don't have to pay for that service. Well, you do, but it's like $10 opposed to a couple hundred. And trying to get started, that's a good way to go. But yeah, like my state, like if you're a single entity, right, LLC, you don't need a couple forms that they sell you for like $100 and something each, but it's free online if you do need it. The agreement, operating agreement, I think it's called. That's like $150, and then they fill out the paperwork for your EIN number, right? Your business social security card, basically. They charge you 150 for that when it's free, and it's super easy, man. Like I thought it was gonna be like difficult. Like, nah, man, it was fucking easy as fuck. It took like less than 15 minutes, and they give it to you right away. Um, oh, that reminds me, I want to go get me a business phone. But yeah. Cali,
Yeah,
bro.
there's different. Yeah, each state has their own incentives or benefits or how they try to attract business. So that's good
Yeah.
that they're doing that for small business, because small businesses have been getting like beat up
Yeah,
since
they got
COVID
slammed.
shutdowns.
So,
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
yeah,
So
and then if you start if you're like brand new, like brand new, like right, small business. There's these freaking grants out there. Uh, Startup money. That's what I'm gonna do Monday. Go get
yeah,
me a couple thousand, and then you know, yeah, get the ball rolling with that.
yeah. There's this business I go to all the time. They have really good food, and the people, they're from Quebec, from the French Canadian province of Quebec, and they've been going back and forth to South Florida for a long time, and they have visas, and they finally started working on citizenship here. And after the lockdowns, they just the you don't realize how, like, we think we have it bad a lot of times, and we do in some aspects. Some areas of running business can be really expensive compared to other countries, but I didn't realize how bad it really is in Canada right now, or at least in Quebec. I mean, these people were paying like basically 60% of their take home was going to the government, and then the lockdowns were keeping them from actually having. I mean, they were carrying on with the lockdowns a lot longer than a lot of states in this country were. So they were like, all right, we're done. They shut the doors to their business, and they opened it back up down here, and it's doing really good. It's like it's slammed all the time, and they were explaining the differences from running a business up there and down here, and I was like, man, I always thought the U.S. was like the worst for running a business, because we have so much. You have your state taxes, your federal taxes, and they're trying to increase all that as well, and then
And
just
all the
getting a
stuff
business
that
up and
we
running.
buy, we're taxed on that shit too. Is like
Yep.
endless.
Yeah. Endless taxes. Yeah. It's funny, man. You read the history books, and we revolted against the British over 2% tax. Now we're 40% and up for a business.
Yeah.
Insane.
And the funny thing is, we don't even have to be paying these damn taxes. That everybody just we're brainwashed to say yes and comply. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get me that free sovereignty, whatever. But yeah, I'm trying to opt out from the matrix.
It would have to take a lot of people doing it all at once. Yeah. You mean like sovereign citizen?
Yeah, there you go. Yes, yes.
Yeah. I mean, because they'll come after you with the threat of violence for not paying your taxes. That's the irony here. And the U.S. is one of only 2 countries on the entire planet that if you decide to denounce your citizenship and you want to leave to another country, you got to pay an exit tax. And we're supposed to be the land of the free, but you got to pay 40% of what you accumulated in your lifetime to just leave the country
How,
that's supposed to be
what
so
does that
free.
look like when you do that as far as the tax? How do they set that up?
What do you mean, the exit tax?
Yeah, if you decide to denounce your citizenship and exit.
Oh, they'll freeze your assets. But when the
My
time
my
you,
assets are decentralized.
yeah, that's why it's good to be in crypto. But you're absolutely right. If they can't get a hold of your assets, they can try to collect percent all they want. But if you're just in like, traditional banking, then you're screwed. They're gonna get their 40%.
What about
If
your
you're,
real estate?
that's the other
You have
issue
to
that you
sell,
have in the U.S.
like you have to
Yeah,
sell out of that before. Like if you're going to Puerto Rico, I believe you have to sell out of all ties to the mainland, and then
not necessarily.
Wow, really? Yeah,
that's
that's
what I
interesting.
understood when I was going to do it. But
I
then I probably misunderstood, right? So
You're allowed to
do
be
your
a
own research.
foreign. Yeah, like, I mean, I'm surrounded. There's a lot of foreigners that own real estate where I live in South Florida. So I mean, you can still denounce your citizenship, become a foreigner to this country, even though you're raised here, and still own your property. But now you're taxed differently, obviously. Well, there's no state tax in Florida, so we don't have to worry about that. But you know what I mean. But I don't know how that works. I mean, I do know that they're going to try to take their 40% from you when you try to leave. So
Yeah, it's so interesting with decentralized assets. It's something that I haven't ran into yet, like thinking about the future and being like, okay, so how at what point is all of this stuff completely on paper and does everyone know about it? And at what point is it not? And then if you
When you
stay,
cash out, that's when it's going to be on paper. When you file your taxes, that's when it's on the paper. Now they know everything that you have from that
right.
point, right? Like back. But
So hex
then you can
stakes
just
can be
grab
good
another
for that.
wallet.
Hex stakes can be good for that though, just to keep it for 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years. Have it burnt onto a smart
yeah,
contract and not having to take it
yeah,
out. But
yeah. I mean, these regulations that these idiots in Congress are pushing for, like they want KYC done on your MetaMask wallet. Like Elizabeth Warren, I mean, she's so dumb she doesn't know how crypto wallets work to begin with. But on top of that, you know, that would be impossible for them to enforce anyway. But if they were able to enforce it, they're not going to see your crypto that's been staked on hex.com. So, yeah, that's a great point. That would be a nice way to hedge against bullshit like that. But I mean, that's never going to fly anyway. You're never going to have a law passed that says all these, you know, because they're not even custodians. These wallet, I don't even know the right term to use because we're our own custodians within their. It's just their software we're using
it's just
to
their
access
front
the
end.
blockchain. Yes,
Yeah.
their front end that we're accessing the blockchain with, but we're the custodians. So they don't understand that when they write these laws, they put verbiage like that in there that makes it null and void. They use terms like that. Well, you're custodians of all these customers. No, the fuck they aren't. They're just the front end. We're the custodians.
They're
So try
getting
to
there
enforce that.
though. They're getting there though.
Yeah,
As far as understanding, like I've been noticing that they're getting a little sharper with like just noticing the way they talk about centralized exchanges and how they can kind of like categorize each thing in their head while they're speaking, rather before they were just talking like everything was one blanket term. I know there's a couple guys up there that know it, but to get the people that are speaking to understand it all is probably a full-time job.
yeah. I mean, it's not that they're getting smarter or sharper. It's that they're hiring people
Yeah, they
from
have
this
better
industry.
writers.
Yeah, they're staffers. They're getting better staffers. These Gen Z folks that actually know a thing or
Yeah,
two about crypto, and then they're trying to make them sound smarter for them. But I mean, you cannot make Elizabeth Warren sound smart. I'm sorry, you just can't do it.
It's funny though. It's funny like how when you get so deep into crypto, you forget that it's kind of hard to figure out early on because it obviously seems like backhanded knowledge once you kind of know it. Like that's the
well,
part
yeah, because
I
you don't
always
really know
forget.
the verbiage. Like if you know the verbiage, well, yeah, it's easy, right? You know the definitions for the words and terms that they're using, but an old person like that, yeah, it's gonna be more difficult for them to
It's just
catch
like
up.
my girl's studying for the CFA, and I always read her book while she's reading it, and she'll mention the stuff, and I'm like, "This sounds like Chinese," and she says, "Everything you say sounds like Chinese to me." And I mean, she's at the top of the financial testing and stuff, but it's all the same when you really
Yeah,
look at the definitions. It's all the fucking same. They just use different words for everything.
yeah, exactly. I mean, a good friend of mine he's a day trader. He runs businesses and he has his software that he's created for day trading, and he likes shorting things. When I try to introduce him to the DeFi ecosystem, it was so foreign to him, and I thought he would catch on really quickly because it's really simple, in my opinion. Like, to him, it was like, man, this is all foreign language. I'm like, you trade on a regular basis. This should not be foreign to you, but apparently, it is.
It's like when people look at Deck Screener for the first time, but they've been in crypto for a while, and they're like, "Why is there 7 different pairs for the one
Yeah,
asset that I look up on Nomics?" And you're like, "Well, it's very simple. It's like there's just pairs, and they're different pairs, and they like you just have to stare at shit for a minute, like for like a couple months, and then it's like
Yeah,
big backhanded knowledge."
yeah. That's the biggest issue between traditional traders when they try to get into crypto is pairing. They all they're pairing their stocks to is USD, so they don't have to do that. So they don't
It's a
have to play.
huge advantage for us, though. Like, it's such
It
a
is.
huge advantage. Like, because it's simple. You learn about AMM bots, you learn about aggregators, and then you're like, okay, like it all makes sense. But it takes a minute to get there. Like, it took me like a year probably of paying attention. And I remember when Richard was talking about pairs for the first time when I was learning about it, and I was like, holy shit, there's a different price for each hex pair. Like, what a revelation, right? And then you learn about it, and you're like, oh, it's just exactly what I was doing, putting money into the pool, and then it represented on the front end. And then nomics, you got to realize that the ranking sites are just aggregated, I guess, between all of them. I don't know exactly how they do that, or like how they come up with the sum of that.
We got a pure blood in here.
Christian.
Somebody made a pretty good app. They just posted a link to. Well, first time I saw it today, for basically for liquidity pools to try to get an idea. It's obviously not accurate, but to get an idea of, what type of losses you might suffer, or what gains, by creating a liquidity pair, or jumping into a liquidity pool. And it's pretty cool, man. I was fooling around with it. It's
I like to think about it as a way to sell with no slippage. Like when I'm kind of explaining it to people, I'm like, you want to sell at this price, you want no slippage. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, so that's a way you can do that. Like, I just try to explain it that way. But yeah, like when you're trying to earn money in a liquidity pool like Sam Stolt, like all the time, I don't do it when the price starts moving. Like I did it when it was at that 2.5 to 3.5, 4 cent range for a while. But once it started moving, I was fucking scared to death. Sam's like sitting there like a fucking rocket scientist all day, like checking out charts and shit. I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah, I only mess around with liquidity pools on the testnet V2B. I'm not gonna play with my real money with liquidity pools. That's for other people. I'm glad there's people out there that do.
I was graced with getting into Ethereum POW really early. I used that liquidity pool on Ethereum POW with my free copies probably 750 times. Like, and then it ran up, and I saw how everything worked. So if you ever want to learn with real money, but a little amount of real money and no fees, going over to ETH POW and doing it on Uniswap V3 is a fun way to do that, because it's really just negligible on the fees. And so a lot of the time you have money over there anyway that you don't even know about.
Yeah, no, I still have my ETH on POW. That's a good idea.
I'm going on. Jimmy the Hexican invited me to do a show with him later on Twitter Spaces at 7 p.m. Eastern that I posted above if anyone wants to retweet it. He's a friend of mine. I don't know if you guys know him. You probably do. But he's got a crazy story.
What time? You said 7 p.m. Eastern?
Yes, that's 4 hours and 43 minutes from right now.
All right, cool.
Yeah, we're talking about
Go ahead,
recovery,
post it
life,
in the nest.
stuff like that. I did. It's out there. Hexbola, let me hear your voice, Hexbola.
You heard it, buddy. I said we have a pure blood in the room.
Well, I mean, that goes without saying, Hexbola.
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing? You know, just life in it, baby. Life in it. I'm on that Jordan Peterson grind right now. I'm trying to take some responsibilities in my life, not be such a pussy.
Do you know who Wes Watson is?
No, but it sounds like I want to.
Yeah. Oh, should I DM you, or just look him up on YouTube and watch any of his videos? Yeah, do it right now. Let's do a live reaction to you watching. And they're short videos.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
You said Wes Watson?
Oh, is he?
Yeah, Wes Watson. Play one. Play one of his videos right now, like a good one.
I love his. I've seen a couple of his videos pop up on my feed. He's like one of those guys who's just like, how long was he in prison? Does he tell you on there?
10 years.
God.
Is that the guy with
And he's been out for 4
apricots?
years. Well, probably longer now, but it was 4 years and he already did what
Oh
he did.
yeah. Oh, the ripped guy. Yeah. I didn't recognize
And
the
that's
name,
all
but yeah.
natural. It's not like steroids or anything.
Andrew Tate looked like a fucking brick shit house coming out of fucking prison over
He
there.
looked like a turd, bro. This guy. He's
Did
like,
they
I'm
finally
doing
let the guy
push-ups
go?
and fasting. He was dreaming of
Yeah, he
doing
got out.
push-ups. That's what he was doing.
Yeah, he got out. He looked fucking sketchy, like the last dude you'd want to
He
fucking
looked
run
like
into.
the doughboy. The Pillsbury doughboy.
I don't like that dude, but they were holding him on some bullshit, bogus charges, man. Like that's fucked up. You don't have
Well,
to
they
like
hold
somebody
you
with.
down there. They hold you down
Yeah.
there for so you don't flee the country, and I guess they can kind of just make whatever rules they want.
Yeah, it's
To
not
keep
like
you
the
in there.
U.S. Yeah, they can keep you in and build their case while you're behind bars. Where the U.S. we have rules against that. Well, we're supposed to. They do the same here in this fucking country. Let's not pretend. But we're not
Yeah.
supposed to. Yeah. I'm just saying they're not supposed to, but it happens all the time. Especially when people can't pay bail. So people who,
hmm
low income people get thrown in jail all the time, and then their case ends up going nowhere, and they sat in jail a year and a half waiting for this case to build against them, and then they're let go all of
Dead
a sudden.
time. Dead
Yep.
time sucks.
Yep.
I love when the guys are like, "Oh, my bail was $400," and I called my dad, and he told me to fuck off. They sit in there for like 6
Yeah.
months. It's rough. And God bless if you have any Bitcoin, they're gonna fucking rip your toenails out until you give it to the government. Isn't it crazy how much Bitcoin the government has seized?
Yeah, and they're slowly going to start selling it. I mean, they already have.
It's gonna
And
be your new Federal Reserve.
It's unconfiscatable money, Hexbulla. You just don't get it.
Unconfiscatable. That's like the irony of using that word is just hilarious.
Oh my God, I remember when I bought into that narrative, I was like, man, money that no one can take away from me. And then I was like, oh, unless they arrest you and fucking put you in a torture chamber.
Yeah, Ross Ulbricht, that guy, all he did was create a website, and he's got 3 life sentences. So 3 life
Damn.
sentences. Yeah, Silk Road. And then the shady shit going on around that website by actual federal agents who did a little bit of jail time, nothing near what he's doing. I mean, if you ever look into Silk Road and the whole situation surrounding that, it's pretty fucked up. I mean, they try to frame him and say he tried to assassinate somebody, which was total bullshit. They never even pursued that charge because it was like your typical feds trying to, make a patsy out of somebody. But the whole situation is fucked up, man. And it all started. That was when they were trying to, make Bitcoin go away back in, what was that, 2013, 2012, somewhere around there. They're like, oh, Bitcoin's only good for, drug trafficking on the dark web. Meanwhile, the US dollar is like the most used currency for fucking drug trade.
Yeah, the most corrupt and shit.
On the planet. The number one traded currency for fucking drug cartels and drug dealers is the US dollar. But let's shit on Bitcoin.
Yep. That's a joke. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, they did that to this one guy I know, right? Yeah, he did like 20 years or some shit like that. He got out recently, like 2013, I think he got out. But yeah, they blamed him for killing somebody, and it was the own feds killed their own member. But yeah.
Well, I mean, the FBI has been caught doing a lot of shit in the last 20 years. I mean,
in the last couple months, didn't they get like exposed?
Yeah. Well, they get exposed all the time. I mean, how many times do you have a person who commits some crime or some mass casualty event, but they were on the FBI's radar? That's like every fucking time now. Every fucking mass shooter was being watched by the FBI, but they still were able to commit their crime. And then you got
Right?
those idiots in Michigan that were trying to abduct the governor, and they had feds implanted in their little stooge group. I mean, it's just like,
stooge group.
Come on, man. Terrorism. What a joke. The anti-terrorism. Like
Yeah.
every time they stop a terrorist attack, it turns out it was some patsies that they set up. They created a little terror cell and they said, "Oh, look what we did. We stopped these guys from doing something we were actually putting them up to doing." It's like, give me a break.
And how is it that they're still
Yeah, the
in power?
real terrorists always makes everyone else seem like they're the terrorists.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to go to Bitcoin conferences every year, and Ross's mom would come every year and speak, and I just feel
like you
bad
have
for the
cootie.
lady.
Well, they had to be better than PulseCon, right?
Oh, I don't go to Bitcoin conferences anymore. I'm talking years ago, man. The last Bitcoin conference I went to was 2018. Yeah, I don't go to that shit. I got rid of all my Bitcoin in 2020. That's old tech. I'm not fucking around with it anymore. But back in the day when they started having these conferences down here, they were actually pretty cool. Network, get with other people in the crypto space. Now they're just maxi fests. I mean, everything is nowadays. But you go there and you try to talk about another coin, they'll be like, "How dare you try to talk about Ethereum at Bitcoin conference?" You know what I mean? It's like, it's hilarious. So I noticed that back in 2018. So I was like, all right, yeah, this ain't for me anymore. Got some cool Bitcoin socks out of it.
That's how some Hexicans are, I think.
Yeah, unfortunately, it happens in every community in crypto, it seems. There's nothing wrong with holding another coin. I mean, everything I hold is in the Hex community, but it wasn't on purpose. That's just how it worked out this time around, this bull run. But I'm not going to shit on somebody for holding something else in their bags.
Yeah. All my shit's in the community.
Yeah, everything's in the community. It just worked out that way. I was happy about it too. But I'm not gonna pretend I didn't make a shitload of money off of Matic, Mana, and Link, just to name a few. The
Shit,
last
man, so
bull
did
run.
I, bro. Like, I was living good.
Yeah, dude, I was doing the calculations back when, I stayed away from Hex at first because of this stupid fucking community that I was into. That people were fucking calling Richard a scammer and this and that. And at the time, the other project that was coming online was a layer 2, was Matic. So my choices were Hex or Matic, and I chose Matic, which, don't get me wrong, I made good money. But I was doing the math on how much I would have made had I put the same amount of money into Hex. Holy shit, man. It would have been millions more. But
you weren't ready to see it, that's why. Neither was I, because I saw it. I saw the video, popped up on my YouTube stream and shit. But I like, hell no, give you my Bitcoin. You crazy, man. I'm not even gonna watch this shit until I got wrecked. And then I watched, and then yeah. It's all good now.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
No, yeah, the last bull one was really good for me. So this one, I feel like I'm set up even better when things start going.
Yeah,
so.
dude, like this is it, man. Like, fuck yeah.
I'm playing with casinos money, man. I'm not using any of my hard-earned money on anything. I just take everything from the last bull market or the bull run and just fucking reinvested it all into Hex and the Hex community. We'll see how it goes. Well, it was fun chatting with everybody. Gotta take my daughter to her friend's birthday party. Y'all have a good rest of your Sunday afternoon.
Take care, buddy.
All right,
Enjoy
have a
the
good
party.
one, man.
Shit, man.
You too. Thanks.
So does Famous still have 10 fingers, or did we lose one?
He has like 6 now.